You've probably heard people say things like, marketing isn't working, or we need to improve sales. And those two things get said so often that they start to sound interchangeable. But if you've ever been in a situation where marketing feels busy, sales feels tense, and results don't match the effort, then this video's for you. Because most of the time, that frustration isn't about skill, tools, or effort. It's about confusion. This usually isn't a people problem. Marketing and sales are talked about like they're the same thing. Different steps of one funnel, different names for one job, but they're not. They're two different roles supporting two very different moments in how people make decisions. And when those roles get blurred, growth doesn't usually fail loudly, it stalls quietly. And by the end of this video, you'll understand what marketing is actually responsible for, what sales is actually responsible for, and why one cannot fix the other. And importantly, I'll show you how marketing actually supports sales, because that's the part that most people never have explained properly. If you're new here, I'm Stephen, and on this channel, I break down marketing in a way that actually makes sense, especially if you're building something yourself and feel like you're doing a lot, but still feeling stuck. No hype, no jargon, just clarity. The reason marketing and sales get confused isn't because people are careless. It's because they're always spoken about together. Leads, funnels, revenue. So it feels logical to think if sales aren't happening, marketing must be broken. Or if marketing is working, sales should be easy. That sounds reasonable, but it hides something important. Marketing and sales don't exist to do the same job. They exist to support different moments in a person's decision making. They support different moments, not the same job. Before we even use the words marketing or sales, let's talk about decisions. Every meaningful decision has at least two phases. There's the phase where you're exploring, considering, forming an opinion, deciding whether something is even for you. And then there's the phase where you're weighing up timing, managing hesitation, deciding whether you're ready now. Not one decision, two moments. Those are very different mental states. Most frustration in business comes from treating them as one. Think about buying a car. Not standing in a dealership, not talking to a salesperson. Before that, long before that, there's usually a moment where you think, I might need to change my car. Not because someone sold you one, but because life changed. Your commute changed, your family changed, your priorities changed. That moment didn't feel like marketing or sales. It just felt like life. At that point, you're not ready to buy, you're just forming opinions. You notice certain brands more, you dismiss others instantly. Some feel for people like you and some don't. You might not be able to explain why, but a shortlist is forming. That process, long before price, finance, or availability, is one job, and that's marketing. This all happens before you're ready. Only later does a different moment arrive. You've narrowed things down, you've done your thinking. Now the questions change. Is this the right time? Is this the right deal? Am I comfortable committing? And that's not about awareness or preference anymore. That's about confidence. That's sales. Different job, different moment. Now we can name them properly. Marketing supports the pre-decision phase. Sales supports the decision completion phase. They're connected, but they're not interchangeable. And problems start when one is asked to compensate for the other. You see, marketing is responsible for shaping awareness, understanding, trust, preference. It helps someone decide, is this relevant to me? Do I care? Do I trust this? Good marketing doesn't rush people, it reduces uncertainty. And that's why good marketing rarely feels pushy. It feels calm, familiar, reassuring. Marketing prepares people before the conversation. Now, sales exists because even when someone wants something, hesitation still appears. Sales deals with timing, objections, reassurance, confidence. Sales isn't about forcing a yes, it's about helping someone feel comfortable saying yes now. When I say the decision, I just mean the moment someone chooses to move forward, to inquire, book, buy, or commit. That's a different skill to building long-term trust. Are you still with me? Let's ground this again. Think about hiring a tradesperson, a plumber, an electrician, an accountant. Before you ever call anyone, you already have opinions. Some names feel safer, some feel risky, some don't even get considered. That filtering happened before any conversation. That's marketing. When you do make the call, you're already leaning in. Sales doesn't need to convince you that plumbing matters. It needs to confirm availability, reassure you, make you comfortable booking. If sales is trying to explain basics, then marketing hasn't done its job. If marketing is clear, sales becomes calmer. But here's where tension usually appears. When sales slow, marketing gets asked to push harder, generate better leads, shout louder. When marketing is unclear, sales gets asked to educate too much, build trust instantly, convince people who just aren't ready. Both sides feel pressure, both sides feel blamed. Neither is doing the job they were designed to do. This is usually a role clarity problem. If you're a founder or a solo operator, then this hits harder because you are marketing and sales. So when something doesn't work, it feels personal, but usually the issue isn't effort. It's that you're trying to persuade when you should be clarifying, sell when you should be building trust. Once you separate those roles in your head, decision making becomes calmer. Think about joining a gym. The decision doesn't start at reception. It starts when you feel, I want to just feel better. I want to change something about myself. That feeling forms long before price or contracts. Marketing shapes whether a gym feels welcoming, intimidating for people like you. Sales only matters once you're ready to act. And here's the part that most people never hear. Marketing is responsible for making sales easier, and sales is responsible for finishing the decision. If sales always feels hard, marketing probably isn't doing enough before the conversation. If marketing is busy but sales feel tense, sales is probably being asked to compensate. That's not a people problem, that's misaligned responsibility. Marketing's job is to make sales easier. Once you understand this split, marketeers stop feeling blamed. Salespeople stop feeling unsupported. Founders stop feeling stuck. You stop asking who's at fault, and you start asking what decision are we actually trying to support right now? That question changes everything. This is where the relationship becomes practical. When marketing is doing its job well, sales doesn't walk into conversations cold. They're supported by things that already exist. Clear messaging, recognizable branding, emails or content that warms someone up, examples, reassurance, proof. None of that is there to close the sale. It's there to remove friction before the sales conversation happens. So sales isn't convincing someone from scratch. They're continuing a journey that marketing already started. So here's the cleanest way to think about it. Marketing helps someone decide if, sales helps someone decide now. Same person, different moment. Confuse the two and growth quietly breaks. Marketing and sales aren't enemies, they're partners. But only when each is allowed to do its actual job. Marketing prepares the ground, sales helps someone step forward. And when you separate those roles properly, everything will feel calmer. So now that you understand how marketing and sales actually work together, the next question most people naturally ask is, why do I need marketing at all? And the good news is, I break that question down in my next video on the channel. So make sure you're subscribed for new videos every Monday and Thursday, and I'll see you on the next one.